You can do.
It's okay.
Not now.
During class?
During class, nothing.
Okay.
प्रणाम महाराज।
Namaste, namaste. Okay, we'll start with our prayers. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Shanno Mitra Varuna Shanno Bhavatvaryama Shanna Indro Brihaspati Shanno Vishnurukramaha Namo Brahmani Namaste Vayu Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami Ritam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanmamavatu Tadvaktaramavatu Avatu Mam Avatu Vaktaram Avatu Vaktaram. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. May Mitra be blissful to us. May Varuna, the principal deity of water, be blissful to us. May Aryaman be blissful to us. May Indra and Brihaspati be blissful to us. May Vishnu of long strides be blissful to us. Salutation to Brahman, salutation to you, O Vayu. Here, you indeed are the immediate Brahman. You alone I shall call thee, call the direct Brahman. I shall call you righteousness. I shall call you truth. May he protect me. May he protect the teacher. May he protect me. May he protect the teacher. Om, peace, peace, peace. So all these deities are the presiding deity. So, like Vayu, the air that we can feel, not only feel, we are to breathe in. That is why it is Pratyaksha Brahma. It's the Brahman that is present in front of us. So, all divinities are to be propitiated, all principles are to be propitiated. So, principal deity, the presiding deity. So, that's why before we start our study, we are to propitiate, we are to praise the deities, this is to acknowledge. In our day-to-day parlance, what we say? We say thank you very much. It is to acknowledge. Because of them, we are surviving. So we breathe in, breathe out. So it is our expression of our gratitude. So after this, then we go forward. Now comes second Anubak, second chapter. Okay, first chapter, if we just remember what we have done. Brahmavit apnoti param. That knower of Brahman attains supreme. Now just in brief, let us remind, attain means, it does not mean that he travels from place A to B. He realizes his own self wherever one is. It is not that when something is known, the transformation happens to a material object. Rather, what happens? Ignorance is removed. The example we know that of lamb, or seeing a snake on a rope. So what happens in reality? It is only ignorance of ourself. As of now also we are steeped in ignorance. We think we are bodies. After hearing thousands of times, still that idea comes. So this is because of age old, or maybe for various births we are experiencing this. This you can see. If a child goes to, that maybe movie, so he's so impressed, for a few days he imitates that. So like say, for example, a child goes to see a movie and he sees Rama and Ravana, fighting. So coming home, they will do their same thing. So same thing we have imbibed, because the children have not yet have the viveka, means discriminating power. And since they do not have discriminating power, they identify very quickly. We are like children in a spiritual field. So we identified, and somehow it is not going from us. Many times you'll feel that things are happening, you are not affected. But again, next time you will be involved in it. So it is because of our lack of power of discrimination, and therefore lack of renunciation. Renunciation is not something extraordinary. It is natural. Why you don't identify with something which does not belong to you? Because you know that it does not belong to you. So it is natural thing. Why you don't think that you are an animal? Because you are not animal. So this identification is because of our say like impression that we are carrying over many births. And gradually we have to increase the power of discrimination to find out what is our real nature. And that's what we are doing. Reading time and again. It may be boring sometimes, ad nauseum, over and over again. But it is required. Like medicine. You say, okay, I have blood pressure. I'll take only one time. Why you are asking me to take medicine again and again, every day? Morning, evening, morning, evening. That is the remedy. So repetition, though it may be boring, but for sure it is not boring because it gives you a real identity. Even if it is boring, we have to swallow, bitter pill you have to swallow. Okay. So, Brahmavid apnoti param. Param means supreme. What is supreme? That which no one can surpass. Supreme. And it is said, what is that? It said, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Satyam. It is truth. That means it is not alterable. It remains as it is. Body will die, mind will change, intellect will increase or decrease, but this will never change. So this is Satyam. Jnanam. Jnanam means to say that it is not matter. Jnanam, awareness. That's why even artificial intelligence, nowadays we have bought the robotic vacuum cleaner. So it goes round and round and precisely, and it's not boring. Exactly same thing will do. You'll be, or someone will be tired or boring, or quickly will do. It will not do quickly. It will do as it is. So, what is the point? Point is that it is not aware of itself. It's logical. It acts like human being, artificial intelligence, that's why. But human being is something special. It's not matter. There's a principles, principle is given. That means it will work only that. It cannot transcend that. Okay, what is the difference? As Swami Vivekananda said, an ant is crawling on a railway track. Crawling on a railway track. And a huge machine came. It's a railway machine carrying so many people and so many coaches. It came, and as it sensed, the ant sensed that something is coming, so it went off the track. But such a big machine could not come out of the track. It was running only on the track. This is the difference between conscious being and unconscious being. So, robotic arm or robotic say machine will work as it is instructed. But consciousness is something which defies all the natural, and it is natural tendency that it should defy natural tendencies. So anyway, Brahmavid apnoti param, satyam jnanam anantam. Anantam means all limitations are removed. Limitation of time, limitation of space, and causation. And it is not with something, rather its real nature is satyam, truth, jnanam, awareness, and anantam. Where it is written, where it is hiding? It is hiding behind knowledge, behind intellect. How we know? See, we are trying to know something. I am trying to understand something. So, something is to be known. There is the process of knowing, and there is a knower. So, this is the filter. Behind that, who is there? Simple thing. You are listening, and then I am speaking. So, listening from one and listening the second time. Who is listening? Generally, what happens? We are engrossed with listening. But who is listening? That is that Supreme Being. Only we have now an impression, that vague impression. But when our total concentration is on Him, then what happens? Everything transfixes. Everything is changed. Because then there are no two, no knower, knowing, knowledge. Everything becomes transfixed. So that happens. Brahmavit apnoti param. And nihitam bhuya parame vyuman. So it is like outside Brahman, outside space. Similarly, we have inside space, where our mind, intellect, we conceive. But within that, there is Chidakasha, space of our consciousness. So there, He is hiding. And if you know Him, then everything is enjoyed. All enjoyment is fulfilled. What is the meaning? Meaning is, see what happens. We eat. Why we eat? We get satisfaction. But if you have satisfaction without eating, no need of eating. You see, like what happened, Durvasa Muni went to Pandavas and said, we are going to take bath, and we are 12,000 disciples, Durvasa and Durvasa Muni. So we will have lunch. Now Draupadi already had eaten. So after eating, if she washes the vessel, then nothing will come out. That's Akshaya Patra. Akshaya Patra means all the time it will come, whatever, it will never empty. But when Draupadi finishes her lunch, then it will not happen. But they came after her eating. So she was in trouble. So she prayed to Lord Krishna, "Oh Krishna, I am in trouble. You are my friend, please come and save me." So Krishna came and said, "What is the problem?" "Oh, no. I am very hungry. Can you give me a little something to eat?" Then she said, "I am already in trouble. 12,000 people will come and I have to feed. And that's why I have called you and you are asking me food." "Oh, no, don't worry about it. But first give me to eat something. See, check. Maybe something is there." So she checked, and little greens and few grains were there. And he took that and he belched and with satisfaction. And then all rishis were, "Oh, what happened? We are all full, we cannot eat now." They ran away from there. You know what happened? Duryodhana wanted that Durvasa, the rishi, should curse Pandavas. He was very angry person. So he planned that way, that you go at that time when Draupadi has finished her lunch. And they did that. But as Sri Krishna was satisfied then all rishis were satisfied. So this happens, sarvan kaman saha. That means all our desires are fulfilled. What exactly we do? When we enjoy anything, we have satisfaction, we have fulfillment, we have nothing to, a sense of nothing to acquire more. So that will happen. It's not that you have a bucket list, okay, I should do this, and all these will be fulfilled. Not like that. What we get? We get security. Why you work? You want to have food security, you want to have a shelter, security from weather, you will have security from enemies, no thief will take your things away. So all these securities will be there. And satisfaction, fulfillment. Whatever ordinary enjoyments can give you, the gist of that will be fulfilled. Then there will be no want, no desire left. So that is what Sarvan Swasnute Sarvan Kaman Saha Brahmana Vipaschiteti Etasmad Akasha Sambhuta Akashad Vayu. Now after this, how this creation happened? That's our natural question. That is what he answered. That first, that was Akash. How we can understand? I give this example all the time. So you may have heard many times. As you come out of your deep sleep in the morning, so first everything is merged. That is called Mahat. And then gradually you create, oh, I am in my room. Oh, this is my table, this is my chair, this is my books. So you identify. Same thing happens here. First Akasha. In Akasha, what happens? Space. Then Vayu, air. Means grossification happens. Agnir Apaha. Then fire. From fire, water. See, all these are what you'll say, is it Akasha, is Vayu, water? Whatever is watery, whatever is liquid, whatever is energy, whatever is solid. So these are enumerated by this. But why it is earth? Why it is said earth? Scientists will say there are 108 types or 120 types. Why? Because it is easier to understand. Whatever is solid, that is whatever is solid is Prithvi. So anyway, so this is what we have already. Imam idam pucham pratishtha. So then it is equated with a bird. Idam, say like this is Dakshina Paksha, then Uttar Paksha, and idam pucham pratishtha. Now we go to the next anubhav. Here. All beings, whatever exist on earth. Now after creating all the things, then how all these creatures were created? Because this was my question also. I used to ask question, why people are made in this way? Why animals? Why these plants? And this mountains and ocean, etc., etc. So now all beings, whatever exist on earth, annat vai prajaha prajayante, are born of food. Now after this matter is created, then how the creatures were created. So it says it came from anna. Anna means food. Food means whatever metabolizes. What happens in unicellular? If you see amoeba, unicellular organism, their metabolism starts. Metabolism means like something solid, then it transforms into energy and energy is utilized. So, wherever that happens, that is annat vai prajaha prajayanti. All beings, whatever exist on earth, are born of food. And again, by food, they are sustained, and unto it again they go back at the end. So, verily, food is the eldest of all creatures. And therefore, it is called the medicament of all. Annad vai prajaha prajayante yaha kascha prithivim srita atho annenaiva jivanti athainad api antyantatah annam hi bhutanam jeshtham. So anna is very important. If a person is hungry, even he can kill someone, steal from something. In the story that an old lady stole some bread and then she was produced to a court, and then she said that my grandson was hungry for 3-4 days and I could not see that, so I stole. She admitted. So the judge, after hearing everything, and then judge gave judgment that she will be fined, say $50. So first, after giving the judgment, he comes from the judging chair and says, "Here is my $5, and we all should be ashamed that this lady was hungry and her grandson was hungry, though we have so much, and you all should contribute." And she got more than $50. So judgment at the judge did whatever was to be done. But after that, you see the human quality, that he could understand that this is our shame, and he appealed. He himself contributed and appealed to others also. So anyway, if a person is hungry, he cannot do anything. So example, rishis, they also, they were scientists. Scientists said, okay, chant Vedas. So chanted. Okay, good, very good. So don't eat today, and don't eat for 7 days. Can you chant now? Yes, I can, but I'll forget sometimes. Okay, continue your fasting, 20 days, 30 days. Can you chant now? No, I am very feeble. So they experimented and found, yes, anna is that. Annam hi bhutanam jeshtam. That means it is the prime. So verily food is the eldest of all creatures. So prime, very important. And somebody said, what you are seeing, it is nothing. It's only pizzas. So actually what you see here, all food. So the thing is, this is annamaya kosha. Annamaya kosha. This is also a sheath. We don't deny it. This is also a first step. One should not stuck here. That is the problem. But we are stuck somehow. Therefore, those who regard food as Brahman verily attain all food. Food is indeed the eldest of all creatures. Therefore, it is called the medicament of all. Sarvam vai te annam apnuvanti. Annam means whatever anna related thing, the matter related things, he attains that. Okay. Therefore, it is called the. From food, all beings are born. Having born by food, they grow. It is called food because it is fed upon, or it feeds upon creatures. Why fed upon? Because we eat. Then we were small, we have grown. But after a certain time, then it is buried in earth. So, Anna, as it were, Anna is eating us up. Not only that, if you eat sugar too much, then sugar will eat you up. Okay. And so, apart from this, constituted of the essence of food, sarvam vais te apnuvanti, ye annam brahma upasate, annam hi bhutanam jeshtam, tasmat sarva aushadam uchyate, annat bhutani jayante, jata annena vardhante, anyat adyati atti cha bhutani, tasmat annam taduchyate. So this is the first anubhav. And it's in the beginning and similar, it is the style will be similar. We'll go forward. Tasmat ba etasmat anna rasamayam. And so, apart from this constituted of the essence of food, there is another separate self made of prana. Tasmat ba etasmat anna rasamayat anyantaratma pranamay. See, this is the beauty of Vedic teachings. First, what we are familiar with, it will say that. And when we are at home with it, okay, now come next, a little more subtle. Now prana. After anna, then prana. Whatever you see, it is all anna. But prana is not seen like this. But we can feel. So anyantaratma pranamaya, the essence of food. There is another separate self made of prana. What is prana? By that, this is filled. This is filled means all this. Prana is filling everything. Wherever we see it is prana. First we saw everything is filled up with annam. Wherever you see, it's annam. But behind anna is prana. Prana means vital forces. See, I am speaking, so speech is possible. I am moving my hands, moving my body. All this is possible because of prana. So there is a separate self made of prana. By that, this is filled. Even body is filled with this. Not only body, everything, everywhere. Generally we think there is nothing here. But even all the stimuli that I am receiving from India is coming from here. Everything is full of prana. Not only that, it is going to California and then India, and from India it is going to California and coming here. Like this. And not only here, in the whole universe, wherever you see, you extend your imagination, it's full of prana. Full of prana. Not only in this body, whatever activities that you see, that is not. Everything is filled up with prana. Just imagine. Body is nothing compared to prana. What is this anna is important. But okay, there is something higher than that. That's prana. So by that, this is filled. This is mean not only this body, everything. This idam. Tas sava esha purusha. Anyantara pranamaya. Tena esha purna. Tena esha. Esha purna. Savaesha Purusha Vidhaiva. It is of the form of man. Purusha means man, not bereft of woman. Man, see, like previously, this was the way of talking. Now here, every time if you have to say man, either you have to say human to be safe, but not to go that way. Why man? Why say human being? Why? Because all other creatures are bhogayatana. Bhogayatana means their body is for enjoyment or suffering. Enjoyment means suffering. Only it is given to human being that they can attain the highest. No other creature has been given this power. Not even the divine being, deities. They are enjoying their fruits of good karma. Only here in human birth one can attain the highest. Because here there is suffering and also their enjoyment. How one reacts here, everything depends on him. Again, when I am saying him, take for granted it's her also. We are always in difficulty. Now somebody can, oh Swami, all the time him. Okay, by this, it is of the form of man. It's Purusha Vidheva. So it is originally also Purusha. Purusha means not man as such. Purishayanat Purnatvatva. That who is full, complete, and who is residing within this body-mind complex. That's Purusha. Its human form is according to the human form. It is human form. Purusha Vidheva. Tasya Purusha Vidatam. Anvayam Purusha Vidhaha. So by this, its human form is according to the human form of the former. Former means, as in prana also, annam, similarly, anna also like this is a gross body. Similarly, it is in that form. Human form is according to the human form of the former. That means annam. Prana is its head. Vyana is its right wing. So, pancha prana. Prana, pana, apana. Prana, apana, samana, udana, vyana. So, it has like inhaling, exhaling, like this. Like balancing, then belching, and like all the actions, circulating, all these are actions, 5 actions. So, prana is its head, vyana is its right wing, right this one, dakshina paksha, and apana is left wing. So, it's now imagining the whole thing with a bird. Sky is the body. The earth is the tail, the seat. About it also there is the following verse. So, Prithvi Pushcham Pratishtha Tadapyesha Shloku Bhavati. Okay. Eldest. Why it is eldest? The gross elements or matter were first created. Yeah. That Akasha, Akashat, Vayu, Vayuran, Vayu, Agni, Agnirapa, Apaha, Prithvi, like this. After that, this is, special manifestation. Not only material, but this is eatable, this is it could be metabolized. So hence is the priority of matter or annam to the living beings. Then medicament. Why medicament? Food is called here as panacea or the medicament of all. See, it is like we are suffering from hunger disease. To save from the disease, we have to take medicine. Like Shankaracharya has written a beautiful verse. So, what is to be done? So, there he says that to cure the disease of hunger, you are to feed yourself. So, anyway, those who look upon food as the beginning and end of physical life in its Virat aspect, if you can imagine that everywhere it is food who is sustaining this world, then you will get that result. So, creatures, so it is fed upon and in its universal aspect forms the final ground of dissolution of all physical life. So, in that sense, it feeds upon all creatures. Virat aspect assuredly attain the physical prosperity by virtue of such contemplation. So, whatever you meditate on, if you are meditating on becoming a doctor, you will become a doctor. If you are meditating on becoming an engineer, you will become an engineer. Means you have to put effort also. It's not only just meditation, but the effort also to be. So similarly, if someone is meditating on anna, meditating means he's putting his effort and his all his, like whatever is happening. A businessman, how he makes money, because he thinks of money and he then starts a business and then gets more money. He invests, he gets more money. So their thinking is only that plane. Similarly, if you are thinking of increasing food, say like a farmer, so gradually he attains those things. That is the idea. Whatever you want to meditate on means put your efforts and you want to increase that, so you will become that. Okay. And so apart, etc. Subtler than the gross physical sheath is the pranamaya kosha, or the sheath constituted of the vital forces that manipulate the physical form within. The whole of the physical body is entirely pervaded by the energy body, and the different members of the physical body have their corresponding parts in the pranamaya kosha. That way also we can see, but it is not only limited here, but it transcends even the body. Everywhere it is. And the origin is so. It says that tenaisha purna, tena eshaha purna. Whatever is, everything is full. Here the pranamaya kosha is called self, because like the annamaya or the physical body, it is also falsely identified with the real self or Atman. Okay. Its human form, etc. So that means, why human form? Pranamaya kosha is exactly like that of the gross body or annamaya kosha, as water takes the shape of the vessel which holds it. So that way also we can see. The first mentioned sheath, the annamaya kosha, is permeated by 4 koshas, pranamaya and the rest. Similarly, pranamaya is permeated by 3 koshas, manomaya, by two koshas, and the Vijnanamaya and uh, the Annamaya is filled by the Pranamaya as the separator, is filled by the rope. So like this, Annamaya within this is Pranamaya. Because of that we move around, we speak, we do all sorts of action. But behind that is Manomaya. Mind is the inspirer of all actions. See, through my mind I am instructing my hands to move, even to find correct words. So mind is subtler than the Pranamaya. Okay, we go to the next. Pranam Deva Anuprananti. So third Anubhak. Through prana, the gods live. Deva means what? Deva Dyotanavan. Means whatever shines. You know, Deva in India, Devas, various Devas are there. Vayu Devata, that Surya Devata, the sun god, the air god. What is the theme, or what is the gist of it? Devata, how this word has come. Div means Dyotanavan, that shines. What shines? Say in sun, what shines? It gives light. So what it shines? Actually, it is the principle that by which it is shining. Okay, see here, this house is held. What is shining here? It's a gravitational force. The principle of gravitational force is holding this roof falling. It is not falling because of certain principle of gravitation. So, an architect knows this science. He knows exactly how much apart this wall should be. And the structural engineer, they know this. Similarly, all science, they know the subtle principles behind that thing. See, like this computer science. You know, they have gone to even single material, the line. You know, graphene. See, like this nanometer. Nanometer means very subtle, you know, thousands of, say, -10, minus about 8 to 10 to minus 10 to the power 8 minus, just similar I am thinking, millimeter. So now they have gone to even one. Graphene is one layer of material, one atom thick. So they have gone so much. So you are thinking that it's happening like this. No. Behind this is logic and then principles. Principles are working. How my words are being captured and the diaphragm is vibrating. And that is giving impulses. And those impulses are magnified. And loudspeaker then magnifies my speech. Similarly, all this. So everything, wherever you see, it is all principles. So this is deity, divinities. So annam, pranam, devaha, anuprananti. So these are the life principles. And through prana, the gods live. So gods mean not that anthropomorphic, like in India. Actually, that's not a bad idea. In the beginning, one should think that way. It is like this Mickey Mouse. If I say Mickey Mouse, everybody understands. So, Mickey Mouse, that way we understand something. So, this is to convey ideas. If it is too abstract, people may not get it. Okay, think about that there is a God, God of air. Means principle. As you grow, you'll understand, oh, by Deva, by divine or gods, what is being meant? It is the principle behind it. So, through prana, the gods live. Gods live means the principles pranam devaha anuprananti. Devaha Agnyadi Devagan Pranam Anuprananti. That means Pranakriya Shaktiman Vayurupe Pranir. So the Devas are acting as it were. They are manifesting their divinities. So like this. It is like living. Through prana, the gods live. And so also do men and beasts. So because of prana, we are living. What is how we are living? We are breathing. Then it is being absorbed in our blood is circulating, the heart is pumping, and the blood is being circulated through our lungs. It is absorbed there, oxygen is absorbed, and carbon dioxide is released, then it is exhaled. The whole thing, this is a principle. So through prana, the gods live, and so also do men and beasts. Prana is verily the life of beings, and hence it is called the universal life. If you see, everywhere it is prana. Even the air is circulating, even the weather pattern, whatever you see, wherever you put your eyes, it is the prana that is acting. Those who worship prana as Brahman assuredly attain the full span of life. Verily, prana is the life of beings, and so it is called the universal life. Prano hi bhutanam ayuhu tasmat sarvayusham uchyate sarvamevata ayuryanti ye pranam brahmopasate prano hi bhutanam ayuhu tasmat sarvayusham uchyate iti. So it is the embodied self. That means self who has taken a garb or a sheath, as Sri Ramakrishna said, like pillowcases. So it is the embodied self, means we have taken a body. We are self, but we have taken a sheath, a body, of what has been described before. And so apart from the pranamaya, there is another separate self consisting of mind. Now come next, mind. This is filled by that. That means this mind, Manomaya Kosha, is filled. Prana hi bhutanam sarvem ye pranam brahmopasate prana hi bhutanam ayuhu tasmat sarvayusham uchyate iti. Now, tasyaisha eva sharira atma. So, one thing is sharir. Sharir means this body. Sharir. Sharir means the possessor of the body. I am the possessor of body. Who is the possessor of body? Atman, self. I am the self who is possessing this body. Tasya tasya eva. Tasya esha eva. Tasya means his. Esha eva sharira atma. So the self is with a body. It is the embodied self of what has been described before. And so, yaha purvasya. So it is already said. Tasmat va etasmat pranamayat anyantara antara atma manomaya. So why it is being said Atman? Because we identify with this. We identify with body. We identify with our pranamaya kosha. We identify with our manomaya kosha. That is why it is as good as Atman. Pranamaya, there is another separate self consisting of mind. This is filled by that. This is also of the form of man. Its human form is according to that of the former. Yajus is its head, Rik, the right wing, Sama, the left wing, scriptural injunctions. Injunction is the body, and Atharva, hymns, the tail, and the seat. There is the following verse about this. So tasya purushavida, anvayam purushavida, tasya yajureva shira. So here Veda is brought. This is a subtle observation by our rishis. And it is there. Let us take this explanations, because something, it's very difficult to even how these were observed and how it is conveyed. So let us take the help of the interpreter. In the macrocosmic sense, it means the different spiritual beings holding sway over the various functions of nature. As presiding deities. So presiding deity, as I said, the physical principles behind that we have given some name. Gravitational force, electromagnetic force, and then say strong force. So some principles are working. So as if they are self-supporting and self-sufficient, they are running the show. Though behind that there are subtle forces. As you drive a car. We drive a car. As you drive a car, it has some principle that's working. There are 4 pistons, and it ignites and expands. And then piston goes up. The other one, it shrinks. That automobile. So what is happening? You are transforming, say, liquid, or you say gasoline. You are burning in such a way, very intelligent way. You are transforming that force, the energy that's in liquefied form, into linear speed, linear movement. How this is happening? Conceive that this is a deity who is doing. Means principle. Principle is doing. But to understand for ordinary people, there is a deity. So we have, like for education, knowledge, we have deity. Who is that deity? Saraswati. We worship Saraswati. Mother. Mother came to impart knowledge. So we worship Mother. This is not only worshipping this. You have to dive deep. It is to invoke that divinity. So what happens? The physical scientist will worship only physical properties. But what spiritual scientists will do, they will worship spiritual principles. They are not confined only in physical things. If anyone is worshipping physical properties, they will be limited by that. But those who are worshipping the principle behind principle, they will outgrow that physical principle. That's the idea. So gods here, in India we say like this. We have various gods, 4 hands, and 10 hands, various. But actually it is principle. Say Mother Durga has 10 hands. Mother is doing everything. Not only 10 hands, thousands and thousand hands. Mother everywhere. Dasha Praharana Dharini. So in the microcosmic sense, it means the senses. In both aspects, all activities of life are derived from the prime pulsation of the cosmic energy called prana. Pulsation, that also. But not only pulsation, all principles that working is prana. Even you are thinking that this is all solid, but it's not solid. All atoms are moving in enormous speed. Even subatomic particles are moving. All the time it is in turmoil. When your senses are subtle, then you can conceive all these things. So prana is verily the life, etc. It is the matter of common knowledge that life becomes possible only so long as the vital energy keeps the different organs of the organism going. It is the matter of common knowledge that life becomes possible only so long as the vital energy keeps the different organs of the organism going. See, like this, we eat something, then it is digested. We think it is so simple. No, it is not simple at all. Very, very complicated things are going on. Now we can have a glimpse. So, when we know the science, then we can manipulate. That's why people are trying to manipulate. But because our senses in physical world, our manipulation is going in a wrong direction. But if we are more in a spiritual field, means in its heart, in its inner being, then it will not go in a wrong way, but it will go to right direction. It is a matter of common knowledge that life becomes possible only so long as the vital energy keeps the different organs of the organism going. The kidney function, and then spleen, and so many other things. How things, it's very, very complicated things. Okay. Its cessation means death. Full of span of life. According to the Vedas, the full span of life is 100 years. Okay. Shatayur vai. The second portion. This passage has been, it is the embodied self, etc. This passage has been interpreted by the commentator in two ways. The first takes it to mean that pranamaya kosha is the soul embodied in the annamaya. Ordinarily, this physical body is taken for the self by false identification of the Atman with it. And so the Shruti is seeking here to loosen the hold of the body idea by decentralizing the consciousness of the ego from the body to the next subtler aspect of the human personality, that is pranamaya kosha, or the sheath of vital energy. Anvayam Purushavita. Okay. The second interpretation explains that the same chit dhatu, or the principle of consciousness, chit, sat chit ananda, that's chit, which is the real self of the former annamaya, is the self of the pranamaya also. So this is Purusha Vidha eva. Self consisting of the mind, the Sanskrit word manas is not rendered accurately by mind, inasmuch as it connotes only the volitional and perceptual faculties of mind. Volition means desiring, and perception means observing and sensing. The Manomaya Kosha consists of manas and the Gyanendriyas. So mind and senses. That is Manomaya Kosha. Say, we perceive something and then we interpret. So, perception happens because of our senses, Gyanendriyas, knowledge, senses of knowledge plus mind. When it is together, then only it is accepted. And I give example that some sound, when we are concentrating on reading, then we miss that. But as we put our mind, then we can hear. Okay. This is filled with that. The pranamaya kosha is called as filled by the manomaya in as much as the former derives its functional capacity from volition, consciousness or subconscious samskara. Subconscious samskara means are impressions that we accumulate over various births. Whatever we are today, it is not of this birth alone, but it has come from the previous births. We were reading Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, so there Sri Ramakrishna gave an example that a person was doing, say, tantric upasana, and everything he gathered, but then a tiger came and took him away. Another person was afraid of the tiger and he climbed a tree, and he got down and saw everything is ready, so he sat down on the corpse and immediately he got the result. So it is because of his previous birth, what he accumulated, that fructified that day. So, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya. So we will stop with Manomaya, then we will go forward. Now it will be, and we have to relate it with ourselves. We have to find out what is Pranamaya, what is Manomaya. This is also a kind of separating our real self from what are not real self. That is why it is so important. Panchakosha Viveka. Okay, we'll stop here. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Yes.
Is the word vibration a kind of prana?
Yeah, pulsation, vibration.
Vibration, yeah.
Yeah, see, like this. It is not exactly vibration, but what causes vibration? You see, like people think pranayam means breathing control. No, not breathing control. It is control of the force that forces you to take force, breathing. Okay, example. Stop breathing. Then after certain time, you will be forced to take breath. So that is prana. So vibration is physical. What is causing vibration? That is prana. Pulsation. Even that's why it is, if it is physical, then it's pranam, manomaya, annamaya. If it is physical, then it is annamaya. But behind that is pranamaya. That's higher entity. Very good question. Is Akshay there?
Yes,
Oh, okay. Do you have
like,
any question today?
yes,
Okay, go ahead.
like though that devas are real or they are just principles.
Ah, that is it. You see, there is no harm thinking that, okay, gods are there, various gods, and in Hinduism, 33 crores. But some say koti means not crore, but it is gradation. But you see, like in India, even in new Devi Devatas are discovered. Hmm? Like Santoshima. Santoshima, a film came and Santoshima became a divinity. Okay, in the film it was depicted. And people started following and doing all things. You see, Akshay, there is no harm taking anything that you like, because everything is Brahman. And if someone starts with something, Sri Ramakrishna says, a person got a mantra, Mada. Mada means a lamb. But he believed it 100%. And by repeating that mantra, he became illumined. So this is, that's why we don't contradict. But in reality, Deva means, what is Deva? Deva Dyotanavan. Deva means that which shines. What shines? Like say, like you are seeing me. How you are seeing me? Because of light. Light is falling on me. Then it's falling on, and the impulses are going to camera. Then it is transformed into wave, electromagnetic waves. It's going to California, going to Delhi, and coming back. Then it is, the full circle is done. These are the principles that is behind this whole function. Now, if you see, if you think electromagnetic is a deity and start worshipping, it's okay, no problem. But it is better to know its principle. Okay? So, we worship. See, we worship, in a picture, we worship Mother Durga, Mother Kali, and then Mother Saraswati, Mother. There is no harm. It
What was his question? What was the question, Maharaj?
question is, what is Deva then? Like while talking, I said
Yeah.
that various devatas are there. Hmm? Various devatas are there, like Indra Deva, then Varun Deva, then Surya Deva. Physically, people will see Surya is sun. Why you are saying Deva? Now, behind that, there is a principle. And it is better to conceive spiritual principle. It is not simple physical. As human being cultivating knowledge, they are understanding higher and higher principles. And our rishis were spiritual. Therefore, they discovered the spiritual principles. So, behind everything there is Deva, the shining one, the principle. This way, I am not denying the existence of a spiritual being. No, I am not denying. Physically, it's not, we think that they have 4 hands, say Vishnu, with 4 hands. See, in any person with 4 hands, how it's difficult to sleep. Even Mother Durga, 10 hands. But, these are the principles, how to depict principles. So our rishis devised this. Mother Durga is working all the time. That's why ladies are sometimes, oh, you have 10 hands. Because so much work they do. That's why Mother Durga is doing everything. We only eat. So principle. There is no harm thinking physical being as the deities, no problem. But we have to understand the idea behind. The idea behind is spiritual being, spiritual principles. And word also suggests the same meaning. Deva Dotanavan, that shines. What shines? Principles shine. Okay. Akshay?
Like, what about Avatar?
Avatar also. Not only avatar, you. First take you. You think that you are a embodied person. Good. No problem. And you have a body. Good. Very good. But if you think how the body is functioning, you are breathing, then blood is circulating, the whole lot of things. Spleen functions in different way, liver functions in different way, but the whole thing is one. It's your physical being. Behind that is a prana. What is prana? The vital forces. Those are also very, very subtle. Behind that, your mind. I am just cutting short, very quickly going through. Behind that, your intellect. Behind that, your self, which is full of joy, bliss. Behind that, you yourself. It is like this. If I say, touch your head. Touch. Okay. Touch your hand. Okay. Touch your body. Touch yourself. That's your body. So self is within you, but it is full. Tenaisha Purna. Not only Purna here, the whole universe. Tenaisha Purna. That is why it is, and you have to contemplate. Is it what? Um, in Purana we have lots of deities. Lots of deities. And there is no harm. But we have to understand behind it. The story is told to depict a principle, say a churning of ocean. Churning of ocean, can you just imagine that a Mandar Parvat, a mountain was churned, it was like a pole, and serpent were used for rope. And deities one side and demons on the other side. Is it possible? It is to depict some principle. And the churning of ocean is still going on. And deities and demons are still working. And poison is also coming, and nectar is also coming. Say, computerization is a churning of ocean. And all kinds of people are working. Some scientists, some thinkers, even some commercial people, some technocrats, some all kinds of people are working. And some nectar is also coming, some advantage. And some poison also is coming. The person who is doing, is like day and night, oh my God. He forgets everything. So, and this AI is coming. So some advantage you'll get, but in return, you'll become a dumb person. So, anything you can explain in that light. The churning of ocean. Similarly, the fight of Rama and Ravana, or Kurukshetra, still it is there. Kurukshetra is still there. Some good people are there, some bad people are there. It is not to deny, again, it is not to deny whatever physical deities you want to conceive, fine, very good. Only thing, you should not limit yourself there. You have to outgrow from there. That is the only thing. So these are ideas, and it corroborates. The wordings are such that you can interpret in this way or in Deva. But like a questioning mind comes. How is it possible? There's after the nectar was taken, then it was time for distribution, and Vishnu came. Vishnu became a beautiful damsel and started dancing, and so all the demons were attracted. So somehow he denied the demons and served only to the deities. And there too, Rahu and Ketu, though demons, but they were in that line. So Rahu and Ketu, what are those? Now this because of the eclipse, sun eclipse and moon eclipse. So it is called the Rahu and Ketu is. So all these are symbolic. These are to depict some principles. But you see, like in our villages, people are simple. That's fine. We have no problem with it. And we worship Mother Kali with 4 hands. And Lol Jiva. Mother is all destructing. But she is always giver of boon and fearlessness to her own children. So it is like that. So it is We worship from all standpoint. Physical and the highest is a spiritual standpoint. Okay, we stop here. Thank you very much.
Pranam Maharaj.
Namaskar, namaskar.
Pranam.
Namaste, namaste, Jai Ma.